Hey everybody, welcome back to Midwest Gold and Silver here in Kirksville, Missouri. Thanks for joining us again. Last time we looked at some silver bars and told you guys a quick, easy, down and dirty way to test your silver. If you're out on the road, you don't have a whole lot of time or materials with you, best thing you can have right here. It's a little magnet. Just keep it away from your credit cards, your cell phone, electronics, stuff like that. This is a little rare earth magnet. They're not expensive at all. They are super strong though. So this is the actual magnet that I use in the shop all the time. And yeah, we're gonna just show you guys how we actually verify silver here at the shop, because the last video was pretty popular. So you guys wanted to see a few other ways to check your silver. So this is what we do here at the shop. If somebody brings in some silver to us, I check everything. I go over every single piece that people bring in just to verify and make sure that it's legit. So the first thing I always do is just check it with the magnet. If it's something small 1 ounce bars, I'll usually turn them on their side and I can feel the pull on that already, no problem. But just so you guys can see it at home a little bit better, let me zoom in. There we go. All right, so we're just going to put this on here at about a 45-degree angle. Should slide off nice and slow. Well, it's kind of quick, but it's 1 ounce, right? So the more surface area, the better. Okay, so that time, I think you could see it slide off kind of slower. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so, all right, that one seems legit. Let's go on to the next. Oh. And this one I don't feel any pull. Okay. So that's suspect. Let's check something else here. So they both say that they are each 1 ounce of 999 fine silver. Okay, well, one acts like it, the other one not so much. So the next thing we can do is bring out a little scale. So if it says it weighs 1 ounce, it should weigh 1 ounce, right? Well, let's find out. There we go. Okay, so I've got it set to OZT, which is ounces troy, or troy ounces, which that's what we're looking for here. .000, exactly 1 troy ounce. Just exactly what we would expect to see. So it passes the magnet test, it passes the weight test. Got very few concerns about that bar. This one, though, I'm curious to see what it weighs. Okay, it's 1.006. So, I mean, it is 1 troy ounce. It's a little extra, but so that's not going to be a definitive solution here. I remember from the last video, typically what I see is if I hit this with a magnet, it usually just sticks right to it. Okay, this time it doesn't stick. It doesn't have any kind of pull at all. So immediately it's suspicious. So in that case, we're going to bring out the Sigma. You guys may have seen one of these before if you got a local coin shop, or somebody in your area might have one. But this is what we use here at the shop on a daily basis. It has saved my skin a few times. And so it's not completely foolproof. We do several tests for a reason. But it's failed the magnet test. It's sort of pretty much passed the weight test. It's a little heavy, but let's see what the Sigma says. So we're going to go down to silver and over to 3 nines fine. And we're going to put it right here on that little green light. And look at that. It should pop up with something right here in these brackets. Instead it says go over. So okay, we're going to go over that way. Maybe it's not 999, maybe it's sterling silver. Okay, let's see. Nope, not sterling either. Okay, well, it's not old. It's not pre-1900s, so I don't think that's going to help us. Let's check and see if it's maybe 90% coin silver. Nope. Okay. Well, it's not 90%, then it's not 96%. What about maybe 80%? Like a lot of the Canadian money. Nope. Okay. So this one fails the test. So I would not buy that. Actually had a customer who bought this over the weekend, I believe, and they brought it in today for educational purposes. They let me keep it for a few days so we can do this video, but yeah, I threw it on the Sigma earlier for him, and womp womp, bad news. Sorry. Better luck next time, Mike. But yeah, thank you for letting us use this for educational purposes in the video. Another thing, just real quick, they are just about the same size. This one is more rounded, whereas this one's more squared off. Typically, your little 1 ounce bars are going to be more rounded on the corners there instead of squared off like that. Another thing, if you put them right on top of each other, you can see there's a little bit of overlap there, maybe a millimeter's difference around the edges, which, I mean, that's not any kind of a guarantee, but we already know this one is no good. You can also do a ping test if you've got a pocket pinger, but we just use the scale, we use the magnet, and we use the Sigma. So, moving on here. Let's check this 10 ounce bar. We checked it with the magnet last time, but just to refresh your memory, or in case you didn't get that video, this is going to slide off nice and slow. See all that resistance there? Okay, so it passed the magnet test. Now, we're going to see if it weighs 10 ounces. It better, right? Yep, 10.043. So looks like you do get a little bit of free silver with the 10 ounce bar, maybe. All right, so let's move on to the Sigma. And again, this machine is not completely foolproof. It is just a machine. It's a way to test. It's a pretty darn good way to test. It's one of my favorite go-tos. But we use several methods here just to be sure. And the more things it can pass, the more confident we are. Okay, so we're looking for 999 pure silver, which is what it says this is. Look at that, right down the middle. That's what we want to see. Okay, so this one passes. Now, let's move on to the big boy. All right, so I bought this 100 ounce bar the other day off a customer. They were brand new. I've never met them before. So buyer beware, right? First of all, they came in with it in this box, and it's got a SKU number and everything on there. Fits in there really nice. So immediately I was like, okay, this is probably a no-brainer, right? So I open it up, take it out of the box, give it a look. Yep, says what it is, 100 troy ounces, 999 fine silver. Check it with the magnet. We're going to check it on this side just because there's less lettering and stuff for that magnet to get hung up on. So again, we should see a slow slide. And that is slow. So yeah, the bigger the bar, the more resistance there's going to be, or the more surface area there is, the more resistance there's going to be. But yeah. You hear that? Sounds like silver too, doesn't it? It's got that nice ring. We're not going to throw this one on this little tiny scale here. It'd be a little too much for that. But we will test it with the Sigma. And so probably the best way to do that is to get the wand out. On these big bars, I like to use the bullion wand that comes with the Sigma machine. It's real handy. You just plug it in here on the side. Turn on your machine. And follow the instructions. 3/9 fine pure silver. That's what we're hoping for. Phew, there it is. Okay, we know that one's good. Check it in a few different places just to make sure. And check it on the side. Because the flatter the surface, the better. Okay, so you see there's a lot of raised design here. That can throw it off a little bit. Like, see, that's not quite right down the middle. But when you throw it on the side, there it is. Nice smooth surface there. So no problems there, no concerns. We know that one's good. Okay, so out of all that, we just had the one fake. So again, you guys be careful when you're out there. If the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. If you can't test it and it's too good to be true, yeah, I would just keep walking. This one did come in a little plastic case, so it would have been really difficult to weigh it on the spot or to check it with a magnet, because like I said, those little 1 ounce bars, they don't have a whole lot of resistance, and once you put it in a plastic case, sometimes that's enough of a barrier to just throw it off completely. And unless you've got a Sigma, it's going to be really hard to verify something that's in a plastic case, because you can't scratch test it, you can't file into it, you can't really do much of anything with it. That is another option, by the way. A lot of times I've seen some places will take a nail file and they'll file into the side of it there, and a lot of times you'll see copper or brass, something other than silver, which is what you would expect to see. But yeah, you guys don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this. Yeah, what do you think? Leave me some comments down below on what you'd like to see in the next videos. I think we're probably going to be doing a video coming up soon on Morgan dollars, fake Morgan dollars, and how to identify those versus the real ones, since that's one of the other things we see quite a bit is Morgans coming through the door. In fact, I had a guy that came in once and every single Morgan dollar he had to sell me was fake. So maybe I'll tell you about that next time. In the meantime, don't forget, like, subscribe, share the video, tell your friends, family. Yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. Take care.